So today we're going to go for a bit of a walk. I'm going to show you around Palm Beach, one of my favourite camp spots. Walking down from my camp, which is directly behind me there. So a few steps, we're on the beach now. And there you go, that's Palm Beach. So it's low tide today. So we're going to go for a walk up that direction, down that way. So you can drive forward drives along this beach here. Where we are now is actually located just south of Bundaberg at the Burrum Coast National Park, it's called. And it's a remote camping zone of Burrum National Park, which is called Kinkuna. But it's had a number of name changes in the past. So I've been coming here since we were a kid. We used to have farms not too far away. And this was the days before it was designated a national park. Quite a few people here, not as many as normal because we're still going through the COVID and there's still some restrictions here. So there's only about half as many as what you'll normally find during the school holidays. These guys looks like they're packed up, they've been camping. Not as busy as Fraser Island. But we're going to go up the top here. I'm going to show you a spot here. And it's a bit of a creek just up here. So as you can see, you can travel along the beach at low tide, no problems. But if the tide's up high, you can also travel up along the dunes. So there's forward drive tracks along the dunes here. So this is an example of one. And the tracks go pretty much right along the coast, right down to as far as, probably down the point down there as far as you can see. There's no designated campsites as such along here. You can basically drive along the top of the dunes here and camp anywhere you can find a nice decent spot, and there's plenty of it here. Some of it's up high like I am now, looking down onto the beach. There's also a creek here, and we call the creek a 1 mile creek. So I'll just turn around. So that's the ocean behind us. And that's the creek. So just behind me further, there's some nice little spots there. You can camp right on this banks of this creek here, but you have to watch the tides, particularly when you get the king tides. You can get quite a lot of water in through here. And not just that, you can get a lot of sandflies and mozzies down this area as well. But we'll walk up a bit closer and I'll show you those sites. Imagine sliding down there. You go right down into the water. You can see how clear the water is. So it's a lovely spot here. Okay guys, this looks like as far as you can drive down south along the coast here, because you see there's quite a fair bit of ocean here. You used to be able to drive all along up the dunes there, right to the mouth of the 1 mile creek. But we had a big cyclone here one year, and it's done quite a fair bit of damage along here, and those tracks are not there anymore. So, but if it's low tide, you'll have no problems driving further along this beach here. So it's particularly at the moment, it's quite packed down. But do be prepared and have your gear, because you can get bogged here very easily. Quite often it's very soft, particularly the tracks up the top. Many people get caught out here, so you do have to be prepared and lower your tire pressures down to about 18. And sometimes you may even need to go down lower. Other times you could come here and you'll wonder what's the fuss about. It all depends on the time of year, how hot it is, how many vehicles have been through, etc., and whether we've had much rain. if you get a lot of rain on the sand, it tends to pack the sand down and makes it a lot easier to navigate through. So we walked about 5 minutes. So we walked about 5 minutes south of that last spot we are. And here's the track. So there's only sections of the beach, if you want to navigate down to the southern part, that you need to drive along the beach. But as I mentioned before, do be very careful through here. It's very soft. You want a well set up vehicle with high ground clearance, low tire pressures, and keep your momentum up to get up some of these tracks off the beach. Now you can see the creek gets a little bit bigger the further you get closer to the mouth. So here's the spot here. You'll probably be able to squeeze a camp set up here, particularly those with rooftop tents or even a camper trailer. You should be able to just sneak in just off the side here. And you've got the lovely backdrop with the creek there and the ocean just off to the left, and that would be your view of the ocean.
Put that hand up the bucket.
So here's a prime good camping spot just right here. So you've got all this area here that you can use to camp along. As you can see, there's already someone there set up camping. Bit of a taste of the offerings at the Kinkuna, the remote camping section. Now make sure you bring, there's no toilets, no showers here, and no fresh water. So you have to make sure you take all that with you. And don't leave any rubbish behind. Take everything with you. Fires are allowed here, but being it's a national park, you're not allowed to collect the firewood here. You have to make sure that you bring it in with you. So we're going to go for a bit of a walk back to camp now, along the water's edge here. It's nice that it's low tide. Makes it easier for us for the walk back to camp. In the water, the edge of the water. The water's quite cold, which is understandable because we're basically almost in the middle of winter here, so you wouldn't know it, us walking around on the beach in our shorts and t-shirt, actually putting up a bit of a sweat with our summer hats on. You can't beat the Queensland winter up here. It's quite nice. The summers can get really hot here though, very humid. It's not so much the heat, it's more the humidity. That's a little walk on the beach. So it turned out to be a bigger walk than I anticipated. But I think it's well worth it. So get you guys to have a look at one of my favourite camp spots, where I like to come down to relax and go fishing. So I'm going to head back up to camp now and chop up some hardwood that I picked up in town and get a little fire ready so we can sit around the fire and have some marshmallows, toasted marshmallows on some long sticks that we'll find around camp, and relax with a cold drink. So cheers guys, till next time, and please subscribe. It helps my channel a lot if you subscribe, and put a like down, and any comments, anything you want to know more about, just ask away down below. And thanks for watching. Till next time.